Today I'm in my studio with my bud Pam Ackles, who's going to explain how she makes these awesome little fold-over owls. Say hello, Pam.
Hello, and thank you, Don, for having me here in your studio.
Well, you're very welcome.
Okay. To make these fold-over animals, you need two main template pieces, a fold-over body and the center body. The fold-over body is simply made by making two circles together and tracing them off on cardboard, and here's the piece made for that. The center body can vary in width from pretty wide to quite narrow and make each animal unique. You slip and score the edges that are going to come together, and this clay is still very damp and you don't need much to make it stick. And you place the center on the fold over part and you press it down. Just leave about a 1/16 inch or less of the fold over body exposed to the outside, and then you fold it over onto the center piece. You push it down, seal it up together like a turnover. And when it's together, you can use a pony roller or your finger to help seal the edges. At this point, you can smooth it out a bit with a wet chamois or a wooden stick or your finger, but you can't get too particular at this time because the clay is still wet and it could deform. So you can do more of that later after it firms up. Okay. If your clay is nice and firm when you make the fold over body, you'll have strong flat sides. If your clay is a bit damp, like this, the sides could cave in, but that's okay because we could fix that by putting a little hole in the middle and blowing air into it. Here. Now we have a puffy animal shape. There's his body all nice and puffy. And now we're going to make the ears on the owl by lifting up the ends here. Okay, and now we're going to add some eyes. These eyes were just cut out with a bottle cap. I used a piece of PVC pipe right here to indent an area. And this gizmo, I don't know where that came from, but it is the inside of something I took apart. Now we're going to score and slip the back of the eyes. And they're sticking right like so. And we'll make a beak with a small piece of clay about the size of a small marble and fashion one end into a beak shape or a pointy. Flatten the end that's going to stick onto the owl's face. And we will slip and score that area. And again, we won't do much detail cleanup while the clay is this wet. We'll wait a little longer. But there's his beak. At this point, you're almost done. One thing left to do is to make a hole in the eyes to let air out during the time it's drying so it won't crack. You can use a needle tool or a hole cutter. To make optional feet, you randomly cut a half circle and you can indent with your wooden stick feet shapes. And this is clay still wet. It will stick right on to the end. And you have feet.
Well, thank you, Pam. That was really great. You made other things besides birds, right?
Yes. You can make these into other animals such as cats by adding a tail and a cat face where the beak and the tail are on here. And you can stack them up and make totems as well.
That's great.
Well, thanks for having me.
Thank you.